Hassan al-Banna asserted that a true understanding of the Sharia based on the Quran and Sunnah is a timely need for Egypt. During his time, Egypt did not apply the Sharia as the law of the land. It did not even hesitate to proclaim Western civilization and culture as their source of values in life. The leaders promoted it because of the constant pressure of the imperialists and colonialists. Hassan al-Banna said that Egypt, which was supposed to adopt the Islamic system, was under the domination of foreign theories and ideologies. People gradually became indifferent to different branches of Islam. It is feared that future generations may become completely ignorant of Islamic ideals and principles if this trend continues. This trend of adopting new Western system and values in all fields was strongly criticized by Hassan al-Banna and the Muslim Brotherhood. In the end, he passed on timely justification to eliminate this trend from Egypt. While describing his motto, Hassan al-Banna declared Al-Quran Dusturuna, the Quran is our constitution, which implies the Quran should be the only and ultimate source of constitution of the country and life. What he means is that the teaching of the Quran must be fully translated into practice in all areas of life. The Quran should be referred for every aspect of life, be it social, economic, cultural, educational, scientific, or international relations. Hassan al-Banna agreed that the Quran contains all kinds of guidance, which are in fact valid, applicable, and compatible for all ages to come. No man-made theory or ideology such as socialism, communism, nationalism, Leninism, Marxism, fascism, imperialism, modernism, materialism, capitalism, and paganism could overtake or supersede the Quran, which contains supreme guidance and beneficial to mankind. He believes that Islam transcends every ism and ideology, whether it is classical or modern. However, man-made theories of human reason on the basis of materialism or dialectical materialism seem useful. However, in reality, it generates all kinds of impossibilities, contradiction, and shortcomings. According to Hassan al-Banna, many communities and nations which implemented these ideologies and political philosophies still live in confusion and are still living in discord and dissension. It means that implemented ideologies and political philosophies of many communities and nations will still leave them in confusion and misunderstanding. Because of these wrong and deficient ideologies, human problem will not solve and people still live in chaos and disorder. This is due to ignorance and rebellion against Allah's guidance. Therefore, in order to attain peace in life, it must be necessary for all Muslims to knock the door of Islam based on revelation, to uplift morality, to promote human equality and freedom, to make people fear and be aware to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Educational efforts. The Muslim Brotherhood played an active role in the field of education. One of its activities was social reform, especially in the field of education. Hassan al-Banna formed a special committee to work and establish primary, secondary, and technical schools for both boys and girls, which would be different from other private institutions. Hassan al-Banna formed a special committee to work and establish primary, secondary, and technical schools. The strong emphasis of the curriculum in this school was based on the Islamic philosophy of education. It aims to meet the mercenary missionaries who are intellectually and culturally involved in the indoctrination of the minds of the Muslims' intelligentsia. In order to build the future offspring and nation based on the principle and standard of Islam. Hassan al-Banna appealed for the introduction of Islamic moral and spiritual education in schools rather than reconstructing school based on Western philosophy of education and only instilling national sentiments in the youth so that they become more secular and less Islamic. It is mean that Hassan al-Banna called for the acceptance and declaration of Islam as the official religion. He made an appeal to the government to close all Christian missionary schools which are deliberately creating rejection of Islam among young Muslims and stop their missionary with immediate effect. The Education Minister Muhammad Kusain Haikal proposed in 1938 to Sheikh Al-Azhar to design a new program to integrate both religious and secular education. The Muslim Brotherhood participated in the discussion held after this proposal and sent a letter to the Education Minister with suggestions relating to an integrated approach to education. The Western secular culture, along with the traditional Azhar culture, divided the people into diametrically two opposite groups. So, because of this development, Hassan al-Banna proposed to introduce an Islamic education and gradually eliminate the Western secular system. He aims to promote religious qualities, character building, and impart educational training. He proposed to develop a balanced education system at all levels. He also strongly insisted that the Muslim of instruction is confined to the mother tongue in the process of character development. Then he proposed the need for two foreign languages in secondary schools, one from the West and another one from the East. So, in addition, Muslim history, national training, and subjects pertaining to various natural sciences and technologies are also suggested. He presented a comprehensive program for elementary schools. He emphasized the integrated approach to the higher education system of Al-Azhar and other Egyptian universities and the need to expand the capabilities of Al-Azhar and create an awakening in the field of research, criticism, writing, publication, and compilation of Islamic sciences. Moreover, it is strongly suggested that the study of the Quran be introduced as a specialization. It is depth knowledge be made compulsory, especially for students of literature and science. The curriculum of the schools proposed and sponsored by the Muslim Brotherhood had numerous aims and objectives. So the Muslim Brotherhood has many goals and objectives in the school curriculum. It aims to provide religious and moral training in the primary schools of both villages and towns. Reading and writing were also encouraged. It established night school where the adult education was the main goal. Elderly, farmers, and workers attended these schools. The main goal of this program was to eradicate illiteracy. This was done by opening free schools for workers and farmers and night schools for adults. The Muslim Brotherhood also felt the need for students of both rural and urban areas to attend agricultural colleges and universities. The urban population was given more information on matters related to associations, organization, and nature of their work. Special programs are designed for youth who are deprived of education and economic issues. Some other programs such as industrial and trade work to train Muslim youth were also designed. Children at the stage of primary education are encouraged to attend special schools especially established for training. There were also special schools for girls. The Muslim Brotherhood also has a nervous wing because it believes that mothers are the most important factor in shaping the character of children. Therefore, the Muslim Brotherhood is committed to establishing a separate branch for women. It recommends terminating the services of teachers whose moral is not up to standard. It supported banning all kinds of co-education system at every level. Economic efforts. So I will only read the explanation. So beside addressing educational reforms, the Muslim Brotherhood also took an initiative to expand the scope of economic activities. It played a major role in driving economic reforms. Several calls were made to the people to be aware of the country's economy due to foreign domination and control over production. In this direction, Hassan al-Banna also made some suggestions for moral, political, and cultural reforms. In addition to economic reforms in all dimensions, economic problems were given a central focus as the economic crisis worsened after World War II. It was felt that an economic revolution among the workers was inevitable. It is believed that economic independence must be achieved on the basis of political independence. It recommends strategies for economic reforms to be implemented by the state through legislation and/or administration. So the following are the pragmatic steps suggested of the Muslim Brotherhood to rebuild Egypt based on unity and egalitarianism. Number 1 is to abolish usury at any cost, which means is to eliminate usury. Usury means is an illegal lending of money of unreasonably high rates of interest. It is the government's responsibility to be an explorer of this field and not accept the benefit to any form of methods. So, the number 2 is to nationalize all the country's mineral resources and end every foreign domination and exploitation in general and minerals specific resources. Third is to produce essential goods for daily life, relying only on local production, and also to produce valuable military equipment. And the fourth is to nationalize Egyptian banks, a step towards the path of financial reforms, establishment of special printing houses specifically for Egypt to print Egyptian currency, and establish an independent office for matters in and to disseminate the stock exchange center. So the number 6 is to introduce constitutional changes in the tax diary to zakah. Poor or welfare dues is made obligatory on the rich, which increase capital because it will be obligatory for state projects. So collect taxes for the development of the state and to raise the standard of living, to make restrictions on luxury, extravagance, luxury, and to collect tax from recreational activities. For number 7, to carry out agricultural reforms and carry out green revolution without respite, to restrict extensive land cultivation and sell the land for the property less. And last but not the least is to provide security to every worker through social insurance, to provide employment to the disabled, to record them as zakah nevers, spending zakah on the poor, needy in all religions until the rich piled up because became equal to all of it. Once again, I am NOR-AIN Casanova Kusain BAIS-3A. So that's all. Shukran and wassalam.